I know you don't know me, and I know that I've seen you guys in passing. You, your siblings, and your parent. And every time I've seen you, your siblings, and your parent has been very belligerent, very frustrated, very agitated, not in a loving manner. And pain recognizes pain. And even though I'm an adult and you guys are children, I know the body language because I've been in that place. I filled those shoes. Hell, I'm still pretty much kind of trying to step out of those shoes. And I know that my stance and my heck, the way that I was staring at your father, I knew it took a lot in me to contain myself, to not interfere. It took a lot of me to contain myself, to not use these hands. And I know your father recognized because the way that he moved, he was very uncomfortable by me being there in that space, even though it's a public space. But I can tell he kept moving away, but I never left my eyes, never left his gaze. Like my gaze never left him. And the way he looked at me when he walked past me, the way you looked at me when you walked past me. And I know that look because I've too have held that space and that look. Little one, I don't even want to refer to you as a little one. And when I mean it as in love. But I don't know your name, little girl, young lady. But I'm gonna call you Love. Love, I know that you don't know me, but I love you. And I see the pain and I see the abuse. And I see how he has taken you and placed you into a shell inside of a shell inside of a shell within your own vessel. Nobody has authority or right to do that to you. You are so deserving of love and joy and peace and a happy childhood. But I also do know what it feels like to have your childhood robbed from you. I also do know what it feels like to have so much responsibility and weight on your shoulders at such a young age. I also do know what it's like to have to run from somebody who's supposed to protect you, but use your body for their own needs. So I know what that feels like, and I recognize that. And when you looked at me, I was trying to simmer myself down from the anger that I was feeling by watching your father do what he was doing, which was just so disrespectful and rude, and the way he was approaching y'all and yelling at y'all. I saw how your little brother just played and tried to move around as much as possible. I saw you and your other sibling, your other brother sitting there. And I know it's not my place because I'm just a stranger, but baby, you deserve everything. And don't let anybody ever decide for you what you deserve. I don't care if they related to you by blood. When you looked at me and I could see you within yourself, and I'm hoping that you didn't think that I was furious angry with you. I'm hoping that you saw that I made your dad so uncomfortable. That's why he kept moving around like that. Because my gaze never left him. Even when I looked at you and your siblings and your youngest brother playing, the other brother sitting next to you, I was watching y'all because I remember running into y'all before. I remember seeing y'all before. And when I saw you guys before, I just thought y'all was adorable. But then I also noticed the negativity and the oozing of energy that's just not vibrant and not loving coming off your father. Baby, I want you to stop shrinking into yourself. And I know it's an easy mechanism to do because I've done it and I'm still trying to get myself out of doing it. Because it's like you either go 2 or 3 ways. Like you can either you shrink into yourself and then you find yourself lost within yourself. And what happens is You think that you're not deserving of anything. So whatever comes your way, you accept it. You're so grateful for it, right? Another one is you just become a people pleaser. And I spent so many years and not even noticing that I was being conditioned by my own elders to be a people pleaser because it was more easy for them to manipulate me and do the things that they did to me. And I'm not saying that you have to come out and just be disrespectful or just be boisterous, but you got to be you. And sometimes it takes a long time for you to actually find out who that is because other individuals have had such a messiness of messing up who you were to become. I think back to when I was younger, they used to say, oh, you'll never have a husband because you're a mouth. Because you're a mouth. You always got something to say. You this, da 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 da. Maybe there was a reason why God made me so boisterous and then people decided to take my voice away. They like to steal your energy. And they like to find ways to tap into your soul so they can fragment it. And by them fragmenting it, they always have contact to pull from you. And when I looked at your dad today, I was just thinking, this man has no soul. He's publicly humiliating his children. And I looked at how y'all looked, and I looked at how his clothes looked. I looked at how his sneakers looked, and I looked at how y'all sneakers looked. And I said, okay. Somebody looks like they take very, very good care of themselves, but they don't take very, very good care of their children. But it's not for me to judge. I just want you to know how much you're loved. And even when you feel like you don't have that surrounding you, you pour that into yourself. With me, what helped me to come, I don't want to say we're commodity situation, but what helped me really to balance myself when I was going through the trials and tribulations of my childhood, and it wasn't very good at all. It was not a very healthy environment. And I try to find balance within. I was able to create by drawing and sewing and things of that nature, and meeting different people who also came from the same environment, and even if we were in different boroughs. But you find people to connect with, little one. Like, love, you will find individuals, and you will also find your voice in whatever it is that you do creatively, even if you don't even do anything creatively. But the point I'm making is this: please stop hiding in yourself. You're so beautiful. And when you looked at me today, and I was just thinking, I would have loved to have you guys as my children. Why would I ever? Y'all are so amazingly adorable. And every time I see y'all, I'm like, this is so cute. All three of them. Just absolutely adorable. And you're so beautiful. And I don't want you to ever feel like you're not. I want you to feel whole, because that's exactly what you are. You're not half of this or a shell of that. You're not what your father says that you are. You're not even your circumstances. You're not even that environment that you're placed in at that moment. There's so much life that you have out there to live. And in this moment, your childhood is just an intricate piece of it. Like an intricate piece of it. It's so minute because it's not all the years that you still have left to live. So regardless of how small he makes you feel, and it makes him feel good to be that way with you, remember how powerful you are. You're able to withstand that. You're able to literally hold your weight in gold because of the fact that you're able to hold that in. Today was hard for me to hold that in. I wanted to literally just drop kick your father, but violence is not the answer. But still, some people need a little bit of smacking up. But needless to say, I love you. You're beautiful. You're a strong young lady. And there's so much life that you have left to live. There's so much that you're going to be able to do. This experience that you're experiencing now, this environment, this situation, it's going to empower you. It's going to be it's like you're growing a thicker skin. because you already know what pain feels like. And I'm not saying that there is a greatness in pain, but there kind of is a greatness in pain. When I look back on the things that I've endured and the trials and the tribulations, and heck, I'm still going through trials and tribulations. Life is not as easy as people make it to seem, but this is going to strengthen your character. Is once you're able to understand that you don't need to live in survival mode, you don't need to live in fight or flight mode, you're able to harness this energy of pain. You're able to find a way to alchemize it, and it will be your fuel. And I wanted to grab your arm and tell you that in this moment, you're so much stronger, you're so much beautiful, you're so much amazing than what you think that you are. There is no need, love, for you to ever crouch into yourself just because it makes him feel better. And he is your parent. That is not his job to abuse you guys. And I know what I saw I saw what I saw before y'all even walked past me, what he does to y'all in the house. Like, I already saw what he does. And I believe that's why my body was feeling the way I was feeling, because I already knew that this is just the appetizer of what he does in the streets. He is a beast in the house with y'all, because there is no outside. He enjoys the audience, even though nobody really, because people are too, they're not going to say anything. So that makes him feel even more powerful that he can do this and there's nobody stopping him outside. But in that house, he's disgusting, and I know it. And I want you to stop thinking that you have to fear somebody like that, because you don't have to fear anyone, love. And I saw how you looked at me today. You are amazing. And stop fearing this man who's disguised to be your father. I know I'm going to see you kids again. I know I'm going to see you kids again. I know I am. I know I am. And I wanted to say something to you today, but I was just so full of anger for him. And oh, I love you. And you got this. Baby, you just got to keep going, and you got to use that fuel. You got to use that fuel, baby. You really do. And I believe in you, and I know that you're going to go far in this world. I just need you to believe in yourself and stop crouching into yourself, because you're so strong and you're so powerful. I love you. From the stranger that saw you today and that was able to bring your daddy down to size. Remember that. I'm a stranger. I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to touch him. I didn't have to do nothing to him. So use your power and use it for good, and use it in a sense where you don't have to use violence. Use that example, what you saw me do to your dad today in public. I was holding him accountable for his actions. Baby, you can do the same thing without having to yell at him, without having to touch him. You're so powerful and you're so beautiful. Such a beautiful young lady. And I love you. So keep going. You got this.